Hello, I'm your host, Val Jon Farris. In this episode, we explore the Toltec ruins at Tula in Mexico. This otherworldly complex is where the massive 15-foot basalt Atlantean giants stand like cosmologically forged sentries. We'll get close up and personal with them so you can experience their otherworldly details for yourself. We'll also investigate the Serpent Wall, a massive 36-meter-long stone mural that reveals something extraordinary about human existence and the evolution of our consciousness. It's toward the end of the clip, so stay tuned for it. Tula has long been considered the capital of the Toltec civilization. The construction of their empire has been dated to around AD 750, and like so many other monolithic sites in Central and South America, its craftsmanship and construction defy mainstream explanation. The later Aztecs and all other Mesoamerican cultures viewed the Toltecs as intellectually and culturally advanced, as they possessed extraordinary astronomical, mathematical, and philosophical knowledge that influenced all civilizations that followed them. A couple of points before we roll. First is some of the on-site audio is not optimal due to a tech glitch, so I ask for your forgiveness about that. And second, if you enjoy this virtual expedition, by giving it a like and subscribing, you'll help the channel grow, which means a great deal to me. And finally, although I'll serve as your guide, it's spirit and the grace of the cosmos that guides us all. So let's hold that awareness in our hearts as we gather up our gear and embark on this episode of Expeditions into Spirit. I'm your guide for the Travelers Within and Expeditions into Spirit video series. Join me now as we explore these Toltec giants. We're here in Tula, which is just north of Mexico City, exploring the ancient ruins of the Toltecs. What makes the Travelers Within expedition so absolutely extraordinary is that in addition to exploring the sacredness of the outer world and its mysteries, we also explore the sacredness and the mysteries of the inner world. For every sacred destination there is on the face of the earth, there's a complementary sacred destination existing right here within our own hearts and souls. This nexus between the outer world and the inner world was fundamental for the ancients, and particularly so for the Toltecs. They had a special sacred practice called dream time travels. And if that's not traveling within, I don't know what is. I'm absolutely enthused and inspired and humbled to share this sacred archaeological site with you. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. These four stone-carved giants, poised like cosmic sentries guarding the travel route to otherworldly destinations, are absolutely inspiring. They're positioned atop the House of the Morning Star. They're standing over 15 feet tall, spiring into the heavens. These Atlantean giants aren't just warrior statues. They're cosmological sentries, guardians of universal knowledge who gaze beyond the horizon of our finite reality, beyond the veil of separation, and into the infinitude of the cosmos. Everything about these ancient Toltec giants is otherworldly, from their headdresses that resemble helmets astronauts might wear, to their butterfly pectoral shields and equipment belts that holster spear throwers, laser-like sidearms and tools, to their exploration boots, shin guards, and leggings. Many scholars interpret them as being deified warriors or star-associated travelers. To the left of the Temple of the Morning Star, upon which these four cosmological travelers stand guard, is a large complex of pillars with an encompassing low perimeter wall adorned with hundreds of glyphs carved into its horizontal face, a walkable 36-meter-long mural called the Serpent Wall. It tells a little-known yet profound story about the evolution of consciousness and what we call the lifting of the veil of separation. The mural's opening scene depicts Quetzalcoatl, the serpent sky deity, conveying its transcendental message to all who gaze upon it. The feathered serpent's mouth is open, projecting a blast of air, symbolizing breathing life into the expansiveness of the cosmos. Its body encircles the entire frame, conveying its universal wholeness and capacity to embrace all that exists, and portraying the ancients' worldview that human beings are an expression of the cosmos rather than separate from it. In other words, human life is a part of a continuous cosmic cycle governed by forces that connect all realms of life, death, and renewal as a grand reality of wholeness. While mainstream archaeologists prefer to focus on the content of the individual carved images in the wall, there's a much vaster contextual message that the feathered serpent is conveying. The massive stone mural tells a story of the evolution of life and consciousness on this planet. Look closely at the middle row of images encased in frames. Much like a film strip, the sequence of images reveals how consciousness evolves from having no self-reflective capacity to having an expansive capacity to not only reflect on self, but on the interconnectedness between the self and the cosmos. The story begins with bare-bones skeletons that symbolize self-inflicted detriment, pain, and death, unevolved consciousness that's out of touch with nature and the cycles of the universe. The subjects depicted within the frames evolve into more reflective creatures, such as coyotes, known for their cleverness, strategic intelligence, and adaptability, and birds of prey with their celestial orientation, elevated abilities of perception, and precision flight. Then on to more evolved life forms such as serpents that were considered by the Toltecs to possess deity-level consciousness. And finally, in the evolutionary sequence are jaguars, possessing great power and versatility when it comes to stalking the terrain of the three worlds: the underworld, the middle world, and the upper world. This stalking behavior doesn't only refer to hunting prowess, but to possessing transcendental mastery over situational awareness and intentional clarity about choices, actions, and consequences. High-functioning capabilities only available to life forms that have evolved into higher expressions of consciousness. Evolved animals such as serpents and jaguars possess a wide range of stalking skills, such as traversing jungle waters, earthen terrain, and even treetop canopies while in pursuit of their prey. For us humans, these adaptive skills correlate to our ability to navigate the dynamic and ever-changing challenges of our daily lives with a similar level of transcendental capacity and prowess. The waters for us include how well we swim within sadness, sorrow, and depression. The earthen terrain pertains to how grounded, stable, and objective we are in the face of uncertainty or overwhelm. And the treetop canopies represent how open we are to spiritual revelations, how much permission we grant ourselves to venture out onto the skinny branches of life, and the degree to which we allow ourselves to be humbled, inspired, and enthused in our daily lives. For thousands of years, the ancient peoples of Mesoamerica did not see reality as separate worlds, but as one continuous system. The upper world, what we call the sky, was not empty space, but a realm of order, intelligence, and celestial forces, embodied by the serpent, the jaguar, and the great beings of the heavens. Here in the middle world, the world of our daily lives, power and awareness meet, the coyote and the bird of prey, each representing how we move, perceive, and survive within our finite reality. And the lower world below was not an end, but a transition, a place of transformation where death regenerates life and the cycle continues. All realms are connected through a single axis, a living structure the ancients understood as the grand universal reality, a reality we've forgotten because of being blinded by the veil of separation. This veil was never between worlds, only between how we see them. Thank you for joining me on this exclusive Travelers Within expedition here in Tula, Mexico. I'm just thrilled to be able to share this expedition with you, and I look forward to sharing more with you. You can find out more about our Travelers Within programs by logging on to www.travelerswithin.com. There you'll find lots of video clips, blogs, articles, networking, and connections. I am just honored to be here in Tula. This has been a remarkable day. This pyramid, the sacred space, is just absolutely extraordinary, and I invite you to join us for future expeditions for Travelers Within. This is Val Jon Farris. See you next time.